Hello, and welcome to myfinancesteacher.org. Let's talk about gold. Let's talk about gold miners, and let's talk about the general stock market, S&P 500. Before we continue, let me remind you guys to subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and click that bell notification. Thanks a lot. Yesterday and today, gold is down, and I've mentioned several times in my previous videos on gold that the previous drop in a gold price that we saw in the second half of April was a little bit too early to be the end of an ongoing short-term daily cycle. It looks like we're having another decline on the way at the moment, which is generally within the normal duration for a short-term daily cycle low. So let's ignore this crazy wick that happened on the 16th of March. If I just delete that count of the number of days and extend the remaining one, that will give us 42 days in the ongoing short-term daily cycle. And if gold hopefully finds a daily cycle low over the next several days, possibly at one of the support zones that I've mentioned in the past several times, our first support zone is somewhere between this 50-day moving average and this blue line, which is based on the highs we saw at the end of March. That's somewhere at about 1640, 1650. So once we reach that support, if I see a green candle on the gold, that's when I will be ready to add to my positions. As I mentioned in previous videos as well, I already hold 60% allocation in gold-related assets. And I'm trying to find a good entry for some of the remaining cash. Although there is a chance that we might slice through this support and probably decline to the next one based on these recent lows at the end of February and at the beginning of March. That's close to 1570. So due to this possibility of slicing through the support zone, I don't really want to catch a falling knife with the remaining cash. So I want to see a green candle to give me a possible indication that the decline is finished. But at the moment I like what I see, because it looks like we're going to see a short-term daily cycle low somewhere within the normal duration. These usually last for 1.5 to 2 months. Next, looking at GDX, as I mentioned in the past, GDX was in this declining channel over the last several days. It looked like a bull flag, but we see GDX is breaking down as gold is declining. GDX has already filled this gap at about 32.7, and over the next several days, I think there is a good chance that GDX is going to fill this next gap a little bit lower, somewhere around $31. I don't think the decline in GDX is going to take a while, though. I think it's going to last for only several days before the advance within the ongoing advancing phase of the intermediate cycle continues. Same will happen to gold as well. We are still early in the intermediate cycle. These usually last for about half a year, so we probably have around 3 months of a general upward direction. So I'm not concerned about significant decline. I'm actually looking for a place to add to my existing positions. Next, looking at S&P 500. Yesterday we started to see this small red candle, and that's when I got a little bit concerned, because the ongoing short-term daily cycle yesterday was already going on for 38 days. It's late enough. We're already past the midpoint, and there is a possibility that we will start a decline over the short term, though, not in the intermediate term. And that is why yesterday, for the members at myfinancesteacher.org, I posted this update about adjusting stop losses upwards. This is the picture that I posted, up to 289 on SPY. And just about an hour or so after I posted that update, that stop loss got filled, so we were out of SPY relatively close to the beginning of the day yesterday. That's for the US markets. And so far it looks like the decline in S&P 500 might actually be going on over the next, say, a week or two, because looking at the S&P futures, that's the futures today for the 1st of May, we see that compared to the closing price yesterday, futures are already down more than 2% today. So I'm pretty happy with the gains we had in the stock market all the way since early April. I think that the members following me at myfinancesteacher.org might be happy as well. And you, watching this at my YouTube channel, if you want to get timely updates that might help you with your investments. Although remember, this is not an investment advice. I'm just sharing my opinion with you guys, sharing what I'm actually doing in my personal portfolio. So if you want to get these timely updates, make sure to join us at myfinancesteacher.org. By the way, right now we have a particularly good reason to join us at myfinancesteacher.org, because starting from today, my colleague is joining me in writing these newsletters rather than the videos that I usually make. My colleague has multiple decades of investment experience, and he's going to write regular short newsletters to share his experience with you. So without waiting for too long, hit that like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't, share your opinion in the comments below, and join us at myfinancesteacher.org, and good luck in your trades.